every Sunday
for 60 minutes.
We are free.
Sharing passion. Pushing the limits. This is the New World Sim Racing GT3 Sprint Series.
From my prefecture, Japan, it's round 8, Suzuka. Each and every driver has mentally prepared themselves to challenge, to fight, to rise above their rivals and make a name for themselves on track. 10 rounds of action-packed racing await us all in the New World Sim Racing GT3 Sprint Series. Drivers, start your engines.
I am stupid. I am stupid.
Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Welcome. It is round 8.
We already said that.
We're already almost there. My
We
mic
are-
is muted. Don't worry about it.
We are at the delightful Suzuka.
Suzuka.
According
That
to
would
my
be shit
research, it's the only figure of 8 racetrack in the world.
Clearly
I don't know,
not. We've done a
iRacing
lot
has
of
one.
yeah, but we've done a lot of that in Wreckfest, and we're fine.
Breakfast doesn't count.
You sure?
Yeah, I've got several Suzuka facts. It's home to a famous 8-hour motorcycle endurance race. That would be kind of cool. 8 hours of that between your legs.
Sign me up. Is it the full circuit for that, you know?
Oh,
I think it is, yeah.
God, that would be intense. I would be on board to giving that a shot.
I mean, I
be
assume it's in teams, but I have no other further info.
oh, you assume, yeah?
Yeah, probably. It has to be.
Yeah, clearly
Right?
you don't know.
Yeah, because they do a 24 hours of Le Mans motorcycle race. That's teamed.
Mm.
Can't believe
Yeah.
Barrett switched back to the GTR. Oh man, you can't hide the surprise, eh?
Wait, did that
Yeah,
happen?
So
Yeah, I've heard that contracts got immediately terminated after only farmers found out about this.
Yeah. This will be controversial because Barrett is, forgive me if I'm wrong, leading silver. Am I wrong?
you'd think we'd know.
See, again, I have to ask every week.
And I have to look it up every week. All right, let's see. So efficient.
Whilst Faris does that, here's some more Suzuka facts for you. It's a hub for traditional Japanese craftsmanship. The city is known for its production of ceramics, textiles, and lacquerware.
Lacquer.
Yeah, more useless Suzuka facts coming your way shortly.
So,
Came prepared.
yes, you are indeed correct. He is winning silver by 3 points currently.
And now switches to the GTR. So some might say that some say this is a ploy to avoid gold next season.
Ooh, that got me a little wrecked.
Oh my god.
It's been a while
So-
since we've gotten a true Milo introduction.
I know, right? Maybe I'll do one for the season finale.
Yep. So,
Because I'm not here.
The
So serious.
reasoning-
You're not here
oh,
for the
yeah.
season finale?
No.
Oh,
I will have to miss it. I will be out of town, unfortunately.
well, next week's easy because it's a Laguna.
I couldn't miss Laguna.
Well,
Miss me with those pressures, bro.
Meanwhile, bronze drivers, so sorry. They are 5 minutes into their quali.
already?
We haven't even looked at them. We haven't even spoken about them. Wampler and Cortez so far out there doing their thing.
I mean, would it really be a Pint Series season if we didn't pay homage to Paul and Chris in the booth by literally not talking about qualifying at all?
I mean,
This is true.
I thought that's what we were supposed to do. But
Yeah.
yes, to come back to Barrett, he is going to eat 20 points penalty for switching cars now, and he is leading by 3 points, so that is going to put him back a little bit. He's going to have 2 rounds to make it back. But the reasoning is he wants to race somebody. Doing too well for his own good.
Sounds like a gold driver if ever I heard one.
Right? This is the most big tactic ever of like, don't mind me. I'm in the GTR. I'm bad. See, look at me in mid-silver pack. Foolish.
No, I mean, it's good to see because, like, let's face it, the GTR is a beautiful car. It does belong on the track here at Suzuka. So I, for one, am happy to see it back out there. And all jokes aside, I wish Barrett the best of luck in that car tonight.
Yep, he's gonna need it.
Tonight. It is going to be tonight during the race.
I said tonight. It's like a
Tonight.
mixture. Yeah.
Can't make up his mind.
Damn English words.
If you're in Suzuka for tonight's action, like if you're actually there, like we are, if you didn't know, we are there.
Oh yeah.
You can visit Nabari City, which is nearby. It's famous for its ninja heritage. Yeah.
I got the best fact of all though, Milo.
Go on.
There is a piece of art named after me at Suzuka.
There is?
Yes,
What is that?
the Ferris wheel.
A Ferris wheel. I see what you did there.
It's so bad.
I see what you did there.
So stupid. It's so bad Joey just left the channel as well.
Carson Bungay, meanwhile, whilst that awful joke happened, sets a 202 flat in bronze, so currently leading the bronze quali by half a second from Chris Turner in the classic Only Farmers
Well, not half a second
BMW.
anymore. He's just crossed the gap. Wow, crossed the
Oh,
line and increased the
shit
gap
bag.
by another second.
So he's now at 2.5. So Carson did not come to play tonight.
Someone is not hungover tonight, that's for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Right after that one.
Yeah, one player yet to set a valid lap. Now, we know Suzuka is famous for that. It can be difficult. Very easy to invalidate your lap here.
Well, he has
During
just
quali.
placed one in now, though.
Oh, for God's
1.6
sake.
seconds off of Carson.
Everything I say is being corrected.
Oh my God! Are you sure you're live, Milo?
Am I live? I don't know.
I don't think ACC has that functionality.
No. This is not iRacing.
You forget to hit live, get another car.
Yeah. All right, so that leaves our boy Miller, who's out there on a valid lap right now. Go on, Ferris. He's not on a valid lap anymore.
He almost wasn't. I don't know. That entry to Degnar was very sideways.
is, according to race control, it's still white. So it's
Yes.
not
Why does it
red.
have to be white, Paul? Huh?
Because it literally is the color white. Like you can't turn that into something. It literally is white.
Oh my
Good lord. If it was, if it was a darker color, I wouldn't be able to see it.
It is almost New World After Dark, by the way, everybody, in case you didn't.
Good lord. Oh my goodness.
If you join us for
Right,
the first time, run.
Yeah. Welcome. So Miller is just gone through 130R.
Yeah, I saw he took it very conservative there. Really not running
Yeah.
that wide.
Got to get a lap in at this point. He might cross the line with enough time to have another crack, actually.
It's going to be very
It is going to be very
5
tight.
seconds left.
Like 3, 2. Yeah, he's good. He's good.
Oh, just 2 seconds to go. All right, Miller gets another shot at it, and he is in P3.
Yeah, so 2:02.2. So that was really good lap there from Miller to get himself on the board and heads around the track for one more crack.
Yeah, Ryan Wamper improving, but not enough to get past Miller, so that is going to be it for him. Michael Cortez coming around the last few corners. Just even on his lap time, it looks like he's lost a little bit on exit. Yes. Thank you very much for the sub, RH and 22.
Yes. Yes. Isn't that the sound effect?
Yes. Round 8 after dark, indeed. So Chris Turner not improving on his lap time there, deciding to go for the pit entrance, and Miller gets one last shot at it. He might be able to push Turner down one spot.
Yeah, maybe. Good lap from, can we talk about that lap from Carlson there? 201 flat, by the way, is a very good lap for bronze.
That's a pro
Yeah, it's
lap.
all right.
That's a very good lap.
Yeah, it's all right. Acceptable.
Yeah.
It's fair.
Yeah.
Silver's out on track now, doing their out lap. Is anybody left on a valid lap? Miller still, right? He's down.
He is, but yeah, he's currently down 3/10, almost 4, heading into 130R in the deadly Audi.
Yeah, so lost a lot of time at the hairpin and spoon. He was up 3/10 earlier. At all.
So Jalen Jenkins will be the first one of the Silvers to cross the line. These Silver boys are figuring out that, this giant-ass Suzuka track, we can punch up, right?
Absolutely.
They don't believe in space.
There. Oh yeah, Miller there entering the pits a little too fast, eh?
A wee bit. It's fine.
All good. Oh, and validation right behind Jalen there for Barrett. Our boy.
He's really trying to sandbag it.
Our boy Josh, aka John.
Interesting. Did you know that if you visit Suzuka and there's no races happening, you can walk the track?
It's a nice exercise.
I feel like it wouldn't be as exciting as driving it.
Honestly, walking a track is pretty cool. I've done it a couple times. Obviously, just to walk it, probably not as cool. But if you're about to do, a track day or anything like that, walking the track is a lot of fun to learn the track.
Yes.
It would be everything.
Yeah.
All right.
Suzuka is long though. I know my fat ass wouldn't, would take
Let
a
me
few
book
pauses.
it. Oh,
I mean,
Blaine,
Ferris
I've
can
got
even
lots
make
of
the
useless facts, Blaine. Don't worry, I've got more.
Oh, that's why we love you, Milo.
That was one of the more interesting facts on the list.
The question is how close is the nearest sushi restaurant?
I don't have that information.
I bet it's in the
What
track.
good are you?
I bet it's literally in the track or like right behind the stand.
I'm sure.
Suzuka City has its own local cuisine, Joey, actually. I'm glad you asked. Popular dishes include tabasaki, which is chicken wings, takoni sushi, which is marinated benito on sushi rice, and
Damn,
Suzuka
he's not even here to
udon.
defend himself, and we're just serving him on rice. I guess.
You mean marinated Brian?
Yes, Brian Garza.
I'm sorry, Benito.
All right, a 2.8 for Joseph German to set the pace.
Damn. Okay. This boy's got some pace today.
The 2 flats
Yes,
were
indeed.
alien times before, or not quite. 159 for alien.
59s, I think, yeah.
Yeah, Blaine was doing 59s in the practice session before.
I'm pretty sure there was some 58s thrown around, but we'll see.
Oh, okay.
I'll see.
I can do 201s,
Yeah.
maybe. I don't know. I don't even know, actually. Last time I was at Suzuka, was the Suzuka 10 hour.
Thanks, man.
Rados and Greg. And iRacing.
Yeah, so German leading the way. We do have a number of drivers up on the laps right now. Max Diggs out on the grid today. Good to see him on track.
Yeah, I didn't notice
And,
earlier doing the intro. Yeah, Max Diggs is back, and love to see him on track.
6/10 up right now.
Yeah.
7/10.
Almost 7? Mm-hmm.
Yep. We did have Mark Robeson up 3.4 tenths, and now that I said that, I've jinxed him. He's gonna mess it all up.
No, he won't. He'll be good. He's going through Spoon right now.
He's gonna use the force. Don't worry.
Yeah. Great livery.
Love it.
Max Diggs with a really clean 130R heading into the final chicane here. Finds loads of time. He is now up almost a second on his previous lap time. He had a lot of time just sitting there in the final chicane, so he's going to be just 1/10 off of Joseph German. Sorry, 2/10 once he crosses the line. See if he can find that final 2/10.
Robertson did lose a tenth or so through Spoon, but and he's lost another couple through the chicane.
Well,
He's
that is
going to
still
knock
gonna
3
be enough.
seconds off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is gonna move him up into P1.
Provisional pole for silver goes
flat
to Mark
point.
Robertson.
Yeah.
Great
That's
lap.
a good lap. Yeah,
That's a really good lap, yeah.
That didn't want it to happen. What didn't? Oh, to what? Chris, watching your tail lights.
Bruce Hopkins puts in a 203.2, so Bruce with a little bit of work to do.
I do see Joby. I think he joined in late. Don't think I saw him in earlier.
No, he's
so.
just been struggling. He's been out there since the start.
Arrive and drive, maybe.
I see. Drive and drive. It's his wheel settings that he made me use the other day. And Barrett yet to set a valid lap time.
Shouldn't be this hard.
He's on one right now,
That's a
coming
lot
out
of
of
sand.
Spoon.
He must have grabbed some sandbags from Tiago before the race.
130R upon us. That GTR, I assume, is a beast in a straight line.
Yeah, last I checked, it was. And I do want to say also, right in front of him, who's that? Carlos Guzman, with a new livery by Barrett.
Oh, that's
inspired,
right.
Yeah, it's inspired after one of the cars of Carlos's friends, and Barrett made the livery for him. So
Nice.
Guzman up to P5. Barrett puts in a lap at P7.
Nice. 2-0 into the 201s in the GTR. Not too shabby.
Joby invalidated his lap, I believe, either on the Exeter 130R or in the chicane. So still no valid lap for him.
And
Hopefully
we have,
he can set a valid lap here.
do have our first 159 of the quali session. so far. With 1 lap to go, Mark Robeson, 159.8, so almost a second off of German, who just going there through Degna really wide.
We have 8 gold drivers tonight as well, which is great. I think that might be the best gold turnout since week 1. I'm not sure. I'd have to double check that, but good number of gold drivers out there, so that should be a fun split tonight.
Yes, definitely. And I did see Mike Jackson putting in some really impressive laps. Blaine Hall as well. Carl Big usually sits in the pits. Don't see him in the intro for practice.
Yeah, it's a secret. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
it's called pouring whiskey.
Blaine says
yeah, and then
will crush us. And
yeah, so my pal Giant, or Usman Badmus as he is on ACC here, he will be throwing that Mercedes around. This is his 2nd race with the community, so good luck to him.
And Joby not going to get a time. Goes wide into the entry of the chicane.
I was about to switch to him, haven't clicked yet, and his time went.
So it's your fault.
It definitely is my fault.
You didn't support him, Ferris. As his friend, you should have been supporting him. You didn't. This is all your fault.
Yeah, and
you know,
he's gonna put it in the wall.
Bonk.
Yes, indeed. So Joby will get after it off the race start and try and capitalize on any carnage that ensues. Hopefully not, but
Carlos
you never
Guzman
know.
Pushes that.
Sammy, you are wrecking the car. Shut up. Sammy, what are you doing, my friend? Shut up.
Shut up.
So, Robertson, German, Guzman, Diggs, Jenkins, Barrett, Lukey, all in there. Carson, with that 201 flat, finds himself right amongst the silvers.
How convenient. Foreshadowing? Maybe.
Some foreshadowing, definitely. If Ferris goes quiet, guys, he's blowing his nose. Just so you know.
Maybe also blowing it very hard.
Don't blow it too hard. I gave myself a sinus infection doing that.
That's what she said?
I said nothing.
Filthy minds in chat, guys. Like, all the comments instantly go to the white stuff, and goodness me.
Yeah.
Yep. Checking outside is dark. Race is going to be semi-dark. Yep. New World After Dark.
Thanks for the follow, Sandy Cool Live. Welcome in.
I don't know how we end up getting new followers as we make these comments, but you know what? It works.
Yeah, it's almost like as if you guys enjoy this weird professional stream here. So our gold drivers going out now for their first flying lap. It looks like Andrew Rados is still in the pits, so Andrew is not gonna quali?
He's coming out now.
He's on his way.
He had to take a hit of his Cheeto real quick before
Oh, we lose them just as fast, don't worry. I bet. So Badmus leading the gold split today.
Yes. With Blaine closely behind, which is a bold move on Blaine's part. Dirty air in an Audi. The Audi already wants to kill you with clean air, let alone bad air. So we'll see what happens. Oh, and Rados just runs it off in Sector 1.
Oh, Blaine went for a little drift in the Audi there.
Yeah, so
must have lost some time.
Didn't validate it.
Yeah.
He's just warming up the tires. It's fine.
Yeah, that looked like it must be a tire thing. I heard the guys talking earlier that it takes probably 3 laps to get optimum times off the tires here. It is a long lap as well.
Yeah. So Rados really doesn't have any time. He has to get back out now. Really wants to get a good lap time in.
Or he's just ready to flex on these fools and do a last the first time.
Badmus was right on the edge on the exit of Spoon there, but he did not invalidate. So interesting to see what kind of times we get on this first flying lap.
Badmus has proven last time around that he was very fast driver. That was on the edge, the exit of 130R. as well.
Yes, it was.
I really thought that was
Indeed.
invalid.
Holding on for dear life in the AMG.
Rados is coming back out on track. Hopefully he can keep it on track. And Badmus comes
A
through
59.7.
59.7.
Mike Jackson very close
Rados must be having
behind.
some issues.
And Peter Hutch. So Robeson so far still sitting in P2 overall, as everybody already has put in their first few laps, or most of them. Carl Big currently in P5, 3 thousandths off of Peter Hutch.
Look for a spicy meatball between them. Well, not a meatball, but you know what I mean. We don't want a meatball.
Meatball.
Exactly. So Badmus up 4.5 tenths at the moment on his next lap. So let's see what the boys can do. They're all in the green at the moment, with the exception of Robertson, who's back in the pits. Oh, he's silver. That's why. Silly me.
Silly. Oh, that was unintentional, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, honestly. No, it was honestly.
Hashtag rigged.
Blaine making his way to Spoon.
I did notice Andrew Rados disconnecting and rejoining, so I wonder if it was something wrong with his hardware, maybe?
He is having issues. I wonder if it's a VR issue.
It could be.
Oh, does he race in VR?
He is. He
Love it.
not even a year into it yet. I think he started at the beginning of this year.
You can all go
Robertson.
back.
Robertson in
Ooh.
chat
Sorry.
with the shush.
That was... So, Badmus there going sideways on the exit of 130R and still in the green.
Still in the green and gaining. He didn't lose any time.
He is gaining time.
Yeah, this will
Just
be
about.
a 59 flat. What a great lap from
59
Badmus.
flat.
Blaine Hall with a 59.6.
So, update from the Cheeto garage here. Rados is not having force feedback come from his wheel right now. So he's doing a PC restart.
Oh, darn.
Yikes.
Oh, Mike Jackson. Sorry, with the 59.6. Blaine had the 59.8. So, yeah, let's see what happens here. Mate. Yeah.
Thank you, Joby. Yeah, Sakachi about to cross the line, 3/10 up on his lap time, and is going to move himself into P6. So far, Badmus with a 159 flat. And also,
Great.
again, in the green, so the 58s are already there.
Yeah, he hit a PB here earlier today. He told me a 58.3.
God
So,
damn.
yeah.
He
Damn.
was just up 5/10 and then lost some of it, but he's still up 3/10.
Spoon is the place to lose a lot of time, though, but he's not doing much of that. Blaine, up 7/10 currently, is 7.5/10, and he is currently 7.6/10 off of Badmus, so 2 good corners, and he can get something out of it, but Badmus is still improving himself, so...
Yeah, this will be a spicy lap right here.
Yeah. I see that is a lot of cut and valid and...
Little wobble on the exit curb. He's going to lose some time there. Yeah, just coming down. Not by much, though. MG picking up. He's going to lose maybe a 10th total with
our
that
first
little slide.
58 of the day.
58.7.
Followed
Good.
by
And
Blaine.
Blaine following up with almost just outside of the 58s.
So
What a
close.
great lap from Badmus, man. 58.7. Woo!
That's
Really
hot.
impressive.
That is so hot right now.
We do have Mr. B up half a second. He's going to jump a spot or two here. He jumps 1 spot to 7th overall at the moment on the grid with a 2 flat. He did say he hadn't done any practice until about an hour ago, I think.
Proud of you, B.
Yeah, so good stuff. Giant, by the way, guys, is Badmus in chat there.
Very hot right now.
That is a great lap, dude. Well done. Well
You
done.
could say he's very giant right now.
Yeah.
Too much Starfield for Carl? Yes.
Yeah, this is true. I went to the stream when he started and said, "Welcome back to Earth." Probably feels a little unsettled being back with gravity, but
And Funky Town currently up between 3 and 4 tenths. He was. Let's see if he can finish this lap off because he's looking to jump up a spot himself.
Oop. Cameraman there not knowing what to do.
The Funky Town Lambo.
God, I love that livery.
Just a little bit of time, a little bit everywhere.
He invalidates on first corner of Spoon, though.
2 tenths currently up for Blaine Hall, and I did see him. He was up a little bit more. That's still valid.
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, we just missed it on stream.
They are living on the edge of
And
130R.
he has a poor exit out of the chicane and is going to park it.
Yeah.
All the
looks
other
like Uthman is going to keep it.
Yeah, all the other gold drivers invalid laps currently going across the final corner. Carl Big still improving on his lap times. 2 corners to go.
Yep. Lost a couple of tenths through sector 3 there. However, it should bump him into the 59s.
And it will put him in P4, so Mark Robeson demoted.
A 59.7, so B pulls a good lap right at the last. And yeah, good lap right there. Sakachi coming around the last corner.
Last driver to cross the line is just even on his lap time, so that is going to be it for this quali session.
Rados did get out there, but
didn't
get a lap
on
in.
his onboard, and it looks like he has force feedback. He's able to get around the track a bit, so I think he's okay.
Yeah, if you call that going around the track.
Hey,
he's just checking the perimeter.
Wow, it's very nice.
I think he was trying to check what paint he left on that wall. Inshallah, brother. So, what do you guys expect today from Suzuka?
Suzuka things. Death in 130R, I think. Yeah, most of the people are in relatively safe cars for 130R. Keep an eye out for the Audis and the Porsches through 130R. They're not going to feel so safe. But I don't know. I think the lap times are very, very close across the different splits. So I'm curious to see how this pans out. We're gonna have some good battles today.
Yeah, I'm intrigued by this Badmus versus Blaine Hall battle. That could be a really good one. I think Jackson, Big, Robertson, and Hutch are going to get into it as well. Sakachi as well. I don't think he'll be out of that. Funk as well. Yeah, it should be some really exciting battles out there. I'm looking forward to it. Grid walk time?
Grid walk time.
Alrighty, how many names do I have to rattle off today? 24. Okay, it's not too bad. All right, Suzuka round 8 then. So Badmus, his first pole position for us in the AMG in gold. Blaine Hall in the Audi sits second on the grid. Mike Jackson in the Ferrari in third. Carl Big in the Aston in fourth. Robertson leading silver, fifth overall on the grid in the Ferrari, so great lap from him. Hutch in the McLaren in 6th, Sakachi 7th in the Honda, Funk in the Lambo at 8, German in the Ferrari at 9, Carlos Guzman in the AMG at 10, Max Diggs in the Porsche at 11, Carson Bungay in the Ferrari, good lap by Carson as well, 12th overall, GG. Jenkins in the McLaren at 13, Barrett 14 in the Nissan, Lukey 15 in the Porsche, Turner in the BMW 16, Miller in the Audi 17, Hopkins in the McLaren 18th, King 19th in the Aston, Wampler in the Lambo 20th, Cortez in the Ferrari 21st, Rados in the AMG 22, Savage 23 in the Porsche, and Jose Guzman in the AMG 24th. And that is it.
believe Jose just joined too late to do quali. That was probably
Gotcha. That makes sense. I'll share my screen in case we need it at some point as well, but no pressure. Okay.
Yeah, just in case Ferris makes another terrible joke and I need to leave again.
Good luck, have fun, says Carson. Indeed.
What,
Don't
you
get a
didn't like my
nosebleed up
Ferris
there,
wheel?
Carson.
I'm a full believer in the last to first challenge by the Big Macho Engine himself.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah,
gotta say,
so-
my Ferris wheel joke was great.
So, yeah. Uthman Badmoose will lead the boys around on their formation lap. And for the first time in his new world tenure, this is only his second race with us. Glad he joined. Maybe the other gold drivers aren't so glad that I asked him to join. I don't know.
No, more competition is always good for everyone, honestly.
Definitely, yeah.
And everybody has gotten so fast. Also, always good to have young blood in here.
Indeed.
I think it's probably time for some more facts.
Some more. It's useless Suzuka fact.
Let's go. What do you have for us?
If you are in Suzuka this weekend, you can enjoy the tranquility of nature while strolling through Hanayama Park, Ryusoji Temple Garden, or Suzuka Forest Garden. There you go. That's it. No, I got more. I still got more. Suzuka is also a popular destination for outdoor activities such as tennis, baseball, soccer or football, and jogging. Everywhere's jogging, though. Can't put jogging on your list of recreational activity facilities. I could go to the laundry room and jog right now.
Inside the laundry.
But I don't
bay.
advertise my house as like. Anyway, where are they? Come on, boys. Get around the track.
The boys
Save
are
us
coming
all.
around. Spoon, yes. No, keep them coming, Milo.
Oh,
And
all some
Ferris,
mind
I do
games going
have
on at the front there, I think.
our wonderful seats here in the Turn 1 grandstands for us for this wonderful race start.
Let's see that. Oh, no. Oh, there we go. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful position there.
Because I don't know if anyone talked to Badmoose about the pace lap or anything. Who knows?
Well,
So
he is in the
hopefully-
voice chat with the others, so
Okay.
I guess that would have been communicated.
That's good. Yeah, I probably should have mentioned it.
Milo's place the best parkour laundry room. I don't think Milo does any parkour.
Have you sent me? No, I don't.
His melons are about to start doing some.
My melons are teething.
Oh my god. My melons are teasing. We're such useless people. Alright. Yeah, Milo cannot keep up with the melons. 100%. So, as
1 hour of
What-
Suzuka. Let's go. Bring it on.
as the boys come around the final corner in formation, getting ready to go for an hour,
Indeed.
and it's getting dark.
It is getting dark. Yep.
A
So
little after sunset.
Turner, I wish him luck because I can tell you now in the BMW with the light package it has, dusk at Suzuka is quite difficult.
And the lights go green, and Badmus gets a good launch there.
Does get a
Moves
good
away
launch.
from the Audi. Oops. I'm really good at this. Gets away cleanly there. I see.
Lane putting pressure on him early into turn 1. We'll call it 1. I think it's technically 2. But into the S's, Badmus does hold. And the only movement we've had in the gold split is Sakachi has gone up 1 spot. Him and Funk fighting side by side through the Schumacher S's.
Couple of two wides towards the back, but for the most part, everyone's getting single file getting through the S's. Very technical part of the track. And you just kind of want to survive through there. There's no reason to really make any big moves this early.
Well, very beautiful shot there of all of our drivers making it cleanly so far through first half of the lap.
Michael Cortez making a move, gets around Wampler back in 19th in the bronze split there, so currently sitting third in class. Obviously early days, but I'd love to see Cortez have a good race. He's had some terrible luck out there this season.
Yeah. Oh, we do
Some
have a
slight contact in
spin.
the back here. Lukey getting rotated by Jalen Jenkins, I believe it was, on the exit of the hairpin. Meanwhile, Andrew Rados currently all the way up to P16 already in the first sector and a half. He did say that he was going to be driving sort of angrily today.
We'll have to see the replay of that one. We do have Carlos Guzman's moved up to P10 overall, currently sitting behind Joseph German, third in silver. So good start for Carlos, got around Max Diggs there.
And the hardest braking zone of the track, the final chicane at Casino. So far, so good from all of our drivers. Love
And
to
I
see
do
it.
have that incident with Michael Lukey and Jalen Jenkins.
The first lap completed. Mark Robeson gets the purple lap. Sakachi gets it. ACC is very good at this. 5 minutes and 41 seconds for the lap, apparently.
Something went wrong for Jose Guzman. He is now dead last. I think he had a spin around that last chicane. He's dropped all the way back there.
We do have the replay up for the incident at the hairpin. Take us through it.
Yep. So Jalen Jenkins trying to make not really a move, just I guess expected Lukey to carry a little bit more speed. Light tap and just rotates Lukey around, unfortunately. Nothing outrageous, just unfortunate.
That'll do it.
Indeed. ACC physics got to work right there.
Yeah, the jelly beans are always good. So Badness already a 2-second gap to Blaine Hall, and Blaine Hall currently getting hunted by Mike Jackson. He's not going to get that great of an exit from the hairpin. Mike Jackson's super close behind.
The hairpin is a really tough exit on this track on ACC. It's very, very hard to get traction there. So yeah, Blaine is being hunted by Mike. You've got Mike Jackson, Carl Big, Mark Robertson, and Peter Hutch all in a row. So
a gaggle of cars.
Yeah, Bad Moose, meanwhile, uses that battle behind him to his advantage and stretches his legs a little bit. So yeah, looking strong out there.
Went back and looked back at Jose Guzman. Goes a little wide on the exit of the chicanes. Rotates the car a little bit, catches the outside part of the pit lane wall. Keeps it on track down. That's what caused him to fall so far back.
Yeah, Lukey, who's now in recovery mode, is behind a fellow Porsche and Joby. So the two Porsches will be battling for position now. So you've got Savage, Lukey, and Guzman, Jose Guzman, all down at the bottom after incidents. And I mean, at least that gives those Silver Boys some battling, you know?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Jose does have some work to do. He's about 11 seconds back, so he really got stuck.
Whether you're first or last, and as long as you have somebody to race with, I think it's always fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure. Andrew Rados update on his first challenge here. He is currently up to P15, sitting right behind Jalen Jenkins. Wasn't quite close enough to make a move into turn 1. But we'll keep an eye on how his recovery drive goes after having issues during qualifying.
Yeah, definitely.
Mark Robeson holding his own though. They're up in P5 amongst all of these gold drivers. You know, the man, the myth of the gold liveries battling with the gold drivers. Catch me surprised.
If this was round 1, Mark Robeson right now would be moved to gold. But he's earned it. He is doing a fantastic job there and has already improved from the beginning of the season. I think that is a very basically guaranteed promotion for next season if he joins us.
For sure. So Carson Bungay lets Jalen Jenkins and Rados both by, heading into Spoon. I think he figured that battle isn't worth it. Neither of them are in his class. And see if he can pull away from Chris Turner, who is within a second of Carson. So
I was going to say that does open up a battle for first in bronze there between Turner and Carson. So if Chris can close that gap, it could get a bit interesting.
Yeah, I didn't think
a
there
little
that.
interesting.
I thought Jalen was gonna defend Rados on 130R, but he was actually letting him through. A good, smart idea. Decision from him.
Yeah, but what he does is he compromised this exit and was a little bit slower, which actually allowed Chris to get a little bit closer to Carson. Because Carson had to check up a little bit.
Hashtag rigged. I'm telling you, man.
For real though.
Chris
So now-
drops back a little bit there.
Yep.
Just by about 4/10, so he lost a little bit of time. I guess that might have been the toe there.
Yeah, probably.
As they go into the S's. The Beamer, yeah, I wonder how the Beamer feels here now.
Is that...
Last time I drove it, it wasn't too bad here.
Oh, so Jose Guzman has already done his pit, I guess, from damage from earlier, and
Yeah.
is now trying to let everybody pass. He's right in the middle of the field. That is going to be a bit tricky for him.
Yeah,
Been here,
that's
done that. It's the worst feeling.
it's-
You just
it
feel
is
like
the
you
worst.
can't
This
get
early
your
in the
rhythm
race,
at
yeah.
all.
yeah.
Further up the field, so race update. Our race leader, Badmus, 2.3 seconds ahead of Blaine Hall. Blaine Hall, who does have the current purple lap, is 1.4 seconds away from Mike Jackson. So a little bit of a gap here from all these drivers. They're not going to have tow. Mark Robeson, right behind Carl Big, a few 1.5 seconds behind of Mike Jackson. And Peter Hutch, 1.3 seconds from him, battling Sakachi currently.
Yeah, Robertson really putting some pressure on Carl Big now in the Ferrari versus Aston. Oh, yellow flag for
yellow
Sakachi.
flag.
Oh, he dies in the 130R. Oh no.
Oh
And he
boy,
is
we got a
parked in
yellow
the
flag.
middle of the
He is
track.
right in the middle of the track. Everyone's slowing down.
Yep, he is at the worst possible part. He's right at the breaking point where you want to brake.
Chris Turner uses that to manage to. Oh, we'll have to have a look at that, I guess. I think Chris might have been past Carlos, but possibly overtook on the yellow flags there. We'll have to take a peek at that one.
Yep, kudos to Mate for just holding the brakes there.
Yeah.
Very unfortunate spot to be in, but his safest bet was to not move.
Fastest
So,
part of the track into the hardest braking zone. Yeah, that is a tough
Yep.
spot to
Yep.
sit and watch everyone fly by you.
And he just parked perpendicularly. Basically like the cop that blocked the road for me yesterday when I was about to leave. Just parked his car kind of sideways, left barely enough gap for a car where you'd almost curb your wheels. I was like, no, you're not allowed to pass. So let's get a replay to see what happened there.
yeah, this is just Bonda moments right here.
Yeah, the Honda.
Looks
Do you know, I
totally
remember-
fine, and then just not.
Oh. Just the curb, outside curb, I guess.
Yeah.
No traction.
And then everyone
Bye-bye.
just coming by. So you said
Man.
possible move by Chris here.
I just want to see, yeah, I wonder where Chris was, because I saw he got around Carlos.
got
Now,
around.
obviously, Carlos blue flagged, right? So, as we said, it's a very tough situation. But
Yeah. So
it's worth a look from a racing standpoint.
yeah, he what's that? So Carlos is, I mean, I guess that's Jose Guzman. Goes
Yes.
goes wide into 130R. So Chris already has the run, and then there's just a car, and Chris takes the avoidance on the left-hand side.
Yeah. I think that's fine then.
I think yeah, nothing bad there.
Brian, thank you for the follow in chat there. Welcome in. You join us 10 minutes into Suzuka.
Yeah. We've had one death of no fault. Just the curb did it. It was all the curb.
So-
Yellow flag for
Oh.
Blaine Hall. Further up the
Oh.
field, so Carl Big is caught up to him. We barely missed it. It looked like he went off and got passed there by Mike Jackson. And now he's going to have to fight off Carl Big. Probably
Yeah,
who's being
and,
pressured by Mark Robeson, and Peter Hutch starting to catch up behind as well. So Mark, I don't think he's going to let this spot go.
Yeah.
And Mike Jackson is the beneficiary of that. Moves up into P2 overall. You love to see it. He's about 4.8 seconds back from Badmus, so some work to do, but he's got a little bit of clean air behind, so Mike can put his foot down.
Yep, and here's the replay at Blaine Hall. Audi things. Looks really good. Car starts to rotate, and Blaine makes a good call of just checking up and then getting on the brakes, not braking while turning, or he definitely would have spun and made that even worse for himself. So good move by Blaine to keep the car pointed in the right direction.
Audi things these, so 4th, 5th, and 6th right now, very close together, within a second of each other. Big, Robertson, and Hutch. And Rados making moves further back in the field. Gets past Barrett, moves up to P11 overall.
Yeah, absolute charge right now. Charlie King getting around Michael Cortez for P17. Not in an in-class battle, but still gets the move done. And already pulls 5/10.
And that lets
again, I'm happy to.
closer.
So I'm happy to see Cortez still holding on to 3rd in class. He does have Wampler right behind him, but looks like Cortez knows Suzuka quite well and is in the mix of it this evening.
Ryan Wampler getting a little bump draft there by Michael Luki.
Somebody ran really wide.
Yep, that
It was Cortez.
Yep, comes back. Ryan Wampler gets the position now. Cortez side by side with Michael Luki. Michael Luki is going to make the moves.
Very nicely done. Very nicely done.
Boys. That was clean. That was beautiful.
Very clean. Yeah.
Joby backs off a little bit. He did have the run, I think. Or no, he is flat out. So Cortez is fighting this. Luki is trying to get by, obviously, after having an incident a bit earlier.
I mean, chances are Luki will need to get past Wampler, and then Cortez will be able to have another look at Wampler, you know what I mean, just to keep it going. So
definitely, yes.
But good stuff, yeah, good stuff between all of those guys there. Kept it clean as well, which was nice. Big Robertson and Hutch. Look at this battle of Giga Chads.
This is what you love to see.
I definitely did leave the replay view up.
What's that?
I definitely did not leave the replay view up for a few minutes.
Did you?
Charlie King goes off right before the double right-handers. I always forget the name. So I wonder what happened there. So I'm really curious because that's not a usual place to get rotated.
All right, Luki does get past Wampler, and Cortez is now right back with Wampler, so that battle can resume in the battle for 3rd place in bronze. So that we'll keep an eye on that because that's really neat. Hopefully Miller can get up the road and join in with that as well, just to make it even spicier.
Oh, so he gets spun. So he spins in between the double right.
Oh, is it too much curve? Let's get the replay up. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's trying to make a move on the inside of Jose Guzman, who is blue flag. Not really the best place to make the move though. Charlie King tries to make the move and ends up just rotating the car too much curve.
Oh,
that'll do it.
Max Diggs was lining up a move on Carlos Guzman and gets it done at turn 1, I believe. So Max moves up to P9 overall in the Porsche.
Michael Cortez still keeping. Oh, and he's gone. What just happened?
Oh, we got a bunch of cars off as well. We have a Guzman AMG, Jose Guzman with the yellow again.
Both got spooked because Michael Cortez. Wait, what? What just happened?
Wampler is off in the dirt. Cortez is still going.
And Mark Robeson lets Peter Hutch go. The smart from Mark, he still has P1. He is a good 5 seconds ahead of German, and is now just going to stick behind Peter Hutch while he tries to hunt Carl Big.
I mean, Mark's shown some good pace there, but I wonder if he's had a couple of wobbles somewhere just because Carl's escaped from that, and then Hutch got past, so But as you say, he's comfortably leading silver. So. We have another yellow.
What? Okay, let's see that replay.
And Charlie King right now off in the stand as well.
So it wasn't Cortez who DC'd. Well, he had a little blink. But watch what on Jose's screen.
Oh,
that's Ryan Wampler. So Ryan Wampler actually momentarily DCs. Comes back. And
that is weird.
Yeah.
And it just spooked the AMG behind.
Yeah. I mean, it would me too if I thought I had like 100 meters of clear track in front of me and then there's a Lambo in front of me.
Yeah, that's rough. Oh my goodness. That's unfortunate for Jose because he was trying to recover after an earlier incident, so it drops him back to the bottom of the field for now. He has pit though, as has Sakachi.
Updates in the gold split. Andrew Rados just put in his quickest time of a 2-minute flat .89, and is now only 1 second off of Carlos Guzman for 10th overall. So
nice.
Still doing well on that charge back, and with a lot of race left, he is very much well in the hunt. His lap times are doing well. So Blaine Hall with a new personal best as well, 159.56. Which was 0.2 quicker than Mike Jackson ahead and 0.3 quicker than Booth in first.
So Blaine has hunt down Mike Jackson again since that incident he had. So he's back within half a second of Mike. And Robertson is sticking with Hutch as well. 0.4 the gap. Game on.
Thanks for the follow, Evan. Appreciate it.
Game on. Jalen Jenkins in the McLaren, sitting just behind Barrett in the Nissan GTR. So both in silver. Might see some racing out of these two.
Caught Carlos as they head into 130R and heading down into the final chicane, both in a Merc. So always tricky when you're battling someone that is in the same car because it comes down to skill issue, really.
Yep.
And Rado's going to take his pit. So Rado's going into the pits, doing an early pit stop, probably thinking I was thinking, if he's going to battle me, might as well get the pit stop now. We're almost halfway through, go for an undercut here. While, I mean, it's a good call. A lot of the front boys are still battling. Like, a lot of the cars are still close, so no one's not just running away with free air right now outside of it.
What do you think the chances are we get a drive-through for speeding in the pit lane?
Well, at least Nick's not here to take out the pit board, so a little bit less than I would expect.
The normal, yeah. We often get one here.
Pit lane.
Yeah, we do often get one at Suzuka, I know.
Yeah, it's a little tricky for sure.
All right, Carson, right up behind the GTR of Barrett right now, 0.3 the gap. Not in the same split, but did Barrett just pass him, or did Carson just pass?
No, so Barrett just let Jalen pass, and it looks like he's either lost pace or concentration, because he is dropping down a little bit.
Yeah.
Carson was 0.6 quicker last lap.
Nice driving from Carson, continuing a strong quali into the race performance and holding Chris Turner in the Only Farmers BMW 2 seconds back from Carson in that battle for bronze. So nice to see a closer race between that split currently this week.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I also do want to add Josh's lap. The 6/10s were him letting Jalen through. I did notice it right before the final chicane. Just moved over to the side and slowed down a bunch.
Blaine Hall has opted not to continue the chase of Mike Jackson. He was right behind him, so Blaine probably going for an undercut as well. Pits in a little bit early.
Yeah, tires are probably a little upset from that spin that he had early on. So opting for that fresh rubber for the last bit of the race.
Blaine will hope to come out in clean air and just punch in some good lap times. See what happens.
Yeah, the only thing I'm a bit worried about the undercut here is you have a
Barrett
chance to
and
really
Jenkins side by side into turn one. Oh, Barrett takes him. Jenkins has to run wide. Woo. Fair play. Barrett made it stick.
Yep.
That is not an easy place to overtake on the outside going into that
It is
sort of turn 1-2.
It's always so scary because you have to funnel in through such a... It looks wide, but it isn't.
Not the correct line. It definitely isn't wide if you take the correct line, yeah. It's...
No, I
Blaine
mean like
has
the track looks wide.
Blaine has opted for what he thinks is probably... Knowing Blaine, he thinks that this is the only move he can do in order to win this race. He chose no tires.
Interesting.
He only stopped for 27 seconds, so
he's gone for fuel, and we'll drive to the end on that set.
Yep.
Yep. I don't think he didn't have a spin. He just had an off track though, right? So
yeah,
it's not that bad if he has taken care of him.
Indeed, yeah. So Barrett getting back past Jenkins. We'll keep an eye on that battle because that's a back and forth now they've had. And then Carson also in the mix. Meanwhile, Chris Turner's closed the gap by about half a second in the last 2 laps to Carson.
Chris making sure those melons get delivered to Carson soon.
No comment.
Just so that everybody knows, I'm going to bring this up pretty much every single time. But,
that's okay.
The melons that we speak of are right.
Robertson and Hutch right now.
The melons.
But the melons, he says, they're going into the S's right now. Robertson had closed the gap right down to about 2/10. It's sitting at 4 as they go through the S's. So tricky here to maintain that because of the turbulence that you're going to get off the car in front.
I just want everybody to know that is how Milo changes the subject. Doesn't want to talk about his melons.
What, by commentating on the race that we're commentating on?
Exactly.
Gotcha.
You're not
Understood.
supposed to.
classic
You're not supposed
Milo move.
Classic.
Oh, I'm sorry for doing the right thing.
His beautiful twin melons. I love it. So Peter
Jenkins
Hutz as well now closing that gap to Carl Big further up ahead. So they are under a second now apart. And Mark Robeson very close behind, so just keeping them on their toes, making sure that they know that he's there to take their spot next season.
Barrett battle continues. Jenkins had closed the gap quite a lot into the S's, now heading to the hairpin. I do wonder how much better that McLaren feels than the GTR, you know?
Jose Guzman is currently parked on the exit of turn 1/2. Not moving, not sure. And with that, he has left the server. So I think he's just called it. Not a great race for him. Started off poorly, getting in late, having a couple spins early on. Unfortunate.
Indeed,
yeah. So again, the spacing overall, a second apart from all drivers within the same class. We do have Mark Robeson as silver, just pressuring Peter Hutch there. And Jenkins closing down on Barrett. This battle is going to continue on. Carson very close behind.
Chris is closing the gap even more. His last lap was a 2:02.2 to Carson's 2:03 flat. So I'm not sure about this lap. I guess we'll find out as Chris is about to cross the line.
Yeah, so Blaine Hall now behind, who's that? Joby and Miller. Blaine with the pit already done. Now, gonna have to fight his way through them. Miller managed to get past Joby. Joby's opted to go into the pits, so that is all good for him. I do think he did have to back out a little bit. Both cars ahead did go too wide through 130R.
Jenkins and Barrett. So the McLaren through those S's is closing up on the Nissan. So that's what's happening each lap right now. Jenkins closes the gap as they go through the S's. So the McLaren, obviously better downforce, probably feels a lot nicer through the corners than that GTR. And then once they get onto a straight piece of track, the GTR just pulls the gap out again. So we'll keep an eye on it. But at the moment, no way through for Jenkins.
Godzilla reigns supreme.
I guess so.
Not sure if we
Suzuka.
talked about it yet or not, but Ryan Wampler's game did eventually crash. He was out of
Oh, God.
Oh,
That's too bad. Oh, Blaine gets past Miller, his fellow Audi. Miller running a little wide there. So Blaine continues his charge since pitting. Robertson with a run on Hutch now. Don't think he's close enough to make a move, but there's a Porsche of, I think it's Joby's Porsche, comes out the pits there as well. Closest battle on track is this one. P4 and 5. Two good drivers.
yep. I just want to say, even Mark Robeson, we know he did qualify ahead of Peter Hutch and Carl Big, so we know he has the pace. And
Yep.
even with him choosing to sit behind, I don't know if he's really sitting behind or pushing as hard as he can, but it feels like he isn't. Still keeping that gap beyond 10 seconds to P2 in class, so he's doing a fantastic job there in silver.
Yeah.
A yellow flag for Cortez.
Yeah, he was spun around at the end of the exit the chicane. So let's see.
He has
Let's get that
chosen to
replay up.
pit in now as well.
Yeah.
Oh my word, it's
Holy moly!
All right, let's see that replay. What happened?
This is what happens when you forget your braking point.
easily done at night.
Yep, because we're soaring,
Ooh, he-
flying.
He hits
Oh.
the brakes on the grass, and yikes. Yeah, so those tires are shot.
Yeah, he went straight in.
Yep.
Good call.
That was a very good call. Big brain move right there.
Big brain.
So with Hutch being chased by Robertson has closed the gap again to Carl Big. Back to within a second of Carl Big now in P3 for gold. So Hutch will be happy about that.
Yeah.
Close the
have
distance down.
race leaders pitting in, so Badmus and Mike Jackson both go in 5 seconds apart. We'll see. Maybe Mike Jackson decides not to take tires like Blaine. But I don't think that'll be a very smart move from him. We know that Badmus has the pace.
Yeah.
If he does choose tires, he's going to have a better time getting around.
Let's see, I guess, where Blaine is on track. So Blaine's just coming through Spoon.
Yep.
So as it stands, I think Badmus will be fine.
I think so too. I think
Another yellow
the
flag
question
for
might be
Cortez.
close. Might be closer to Jackson.
Right, Badmus is moving again now as Blaine
Now,
comes around the last corner. It's going to be
Griffin
close.
did have a poor stop. He was stopped for 35 seconds, which is a long time. Means he missed his pits stall to some degree. Same for Mike Jackson, 32 seconds. So
Badmus
Blaine
does
did get by Mike Jackson.
Oh, and there's
And
Blaine
he-
had a look.
Oh,
Badmus with a good defense coming out the pits, cold tires. Man alive. And we saw that last week. Blaine, if you remember last week, Blaine had a similar thing. He caught the leader after the pit at turn 1 at Donny and lost the car. At least this time he kept it, so he can fight Badmus again for a P1 overall.
so
by,
this
you
just
know-
got more interesting.
It did.
For sure.
And at the same time, further up ahead, Peter Hutch and Carl Big, 4/10 apart from each other now. So this battle is raging on.
Jenkins and Bungay were fighting there. I feel like Carson allowed him back through. So maybe, because Jenkins lost some time to Barra. I wonder if Jenkins had like a little wobble or something. Carson allowed him to get back through.
So Carl
That
Big in
gap
the
to
pits,
turn
Mark
is still
Robeson
the same.
in the pits.
And Funk as well. Funky down.
And I swear next time I'm just going to take NyQuil like in the morning. Every Sunday.
Dayquil.
NyQuil. I will take
But-
it and sleep throughout the day. And
Oh,
I'll come
okay.
here for the-
Then
for
you'll be
this.
up all night.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. I need to step away for a moment. I'll be right back, guys.
So Andrew Rados has caught Joseph German, who has done his pit stop. He is the last person that has done their pit stop that is not in his class. So this is a battle that he needs to make happen. It's going to be close. I feel like he might get some decent positions gained from the early pit stop. Here's to see how this pans out for him. David Funk just now exiting the pits here.
Where is David Funk on track? Yes, so into turn 1. So he still has quite a gap to Andrew Rados. Andrew Rados, honestly, great drive from him. Clean so far, has been making his way through the field. Unfortunately, from the disconnect in quali, from the force feedback, and bringing that Cheeto car in front.
Yeah, gets around Joseph German. That was a move. That's for sure.
Yeah, I almost feel like Joseph also made it easy for him.
Yep.
Obviously,
So his
not
gap,
for class.
His gap to Peter Hutch, yellow. Oh, I don't know. That's fucking kudos, dude.
A little scare there for Peter Hutch.
Holy shit.
You know?
Yeah. So
with that, Chris Turner 8/10 off of Carson Bungay, so that gap has closed a little bit further. It's every lap, it's just a few tenths here and there.
Yep. Slowly chipping away. That's what Chris does best, right? Like Mr. Consistency. And he is going to follow Carson into the pits. He is going to really get rid of that gap entirely.
Yeah.
Carson, you could tell, was not comfortable where that pit line was. This is why you practice your pits, because Chris literally just negated that gap.
Or sometimes you get some passes in the pits that lead to ghost contacts because Kuno's not, because they just decided contact, and then it gets reviewed and everybody gets angry.
Yep.
And I had no problem with that. So Carl Big now coming out the pits. Peter coming out the pits. Carl Big getting around him just before turn 1. A little flash of the light there, making sure that we see him. So yeah, unfortunately, Peter's not going to be able to hold off Carl here. He still has cold tires. Did he take tires?
Peter Hutch did take tires. Him and Carl had exact time stopped. Carl Big was just 1 second slower overall. Chris is moving. Carson is also moving. So Chris is not going to get the jump in the pits. So he is going to have to do this on track. Looks like Carson might have had a lot better stop.
Maybe
He is
in the
now
box.
2.5 seconds.
Chris was a millimeter off.
I have returned.
Welcome back.
What
So
did I miss?
this is prime time to go inside of Hutch for a battle with him and Carl Big. So Hutch still on fresh tires. This lap, they should still be warming up. I don't think he'll have enough to make a move on Carl. And I back. Yes.
Indeed.
So everyone with their pit stops done. So Uthman keeping P1, 2.5 second, almost 3 second gap to Blaine Hall, who tried to not take tires to make up the difference. I don't see that working out for him without getting that pass early. Mike Jackson P3, Carl Big P4, 6.5 seconds back to P3. So the front three are definitely on their own. Peter Hutch keeping Carl Big honest. Mark Robeson losing some time in pits, so he's now 3 seconds back, but still P1 in silver.
Uthman Badmos, by the way, with a 59.8 last lap. So absolutely rapid for the second stint as it gets darker and darker here in Suzuka.
Yep. Rados did manage to get, it looks like, about 2 positions from the undercut, sitting P8 overall. Really wonderful recovery drive for him. Really curious to see how he would have done if he was to not have those wheel force feedback issues during qualifying.
Carlos Guzman putting some pressure on Max Diggs as they go into the S's here. He's been slowly closing that gap over the last lap or so. Porsche versus AMG.
Down in bronze split, Chris Turner managed to pull a second back from what he lost to Carson, so now he's only about 2 seconds behind Carson at the moment.
Yep, battle for first and second in bronze split there. Miller currently P3 in bronze. You love to see it. And the Hutch Carl Big battle continues. We'll see. Oh, we got a drive-through.
We do have a drive-through for Jalen Jenkins. That is going to be our first one of the day. It looks like it was at Degner.
You
hate to see it.
Suzuka things.
Suzuka things. Degner is rough.
Yeah, it is a tricky track, especially if you're trying to put in fast laps. It's so easily done.
Unfortunately for Jalen, after such a good race...
I am stupid. I am stupid.
I am stupid. Oh, and he is sliding on the exit there of Spoon. So,
Frustrated maybe now as well. Yeah, who knows?
I would be. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
But you know, this makes me less frustrated than the bullshit 4-second slowdowns that iRacing gives you that turn out to be like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
I've been racing at Daytona all week. I know what you mean. The classic
1 second
1.5 second slowdown from the bus stop, and you still can't get it done by turn 2. Mike Jackson catching Blaine Hall. He's within a second now, so I'm sure Blaine is
regretting the tire choice.
Yeah, semi-regretting the tire choice. I think he should have just took the tires, and I think he would have gotten past Mike Jackson on pace.
Yeah,
he's on the fence.
Last lap, Mike Jackson 3/10 quicker than Blaine. We'll see how that continues, but yeah, might have been. I mean, he felt like he had to try something, so I totally get that. But yeah, Mike setting himself up in a position. Don't think it's going to be this lap, but
yeah, Mike will be preparing that.
Almost do it in the GTEs. But
Peter Hutch down to 2/10 from Carl now into the final chicane. He's going to be very close. No defending yet. They're not close enough for that, but Peter now is going to have the toe into turn 1. We'll see how much he closes that gap. I do want to say I did take a quick peek at the stats. It looks like the Mercedes and the Nissan are the fastest cars here. They have the exact same top speed. 264.
yeah. Update in the other classes. Mark Robeson obviously still leading the charge in silver split with roughly a 23, 24-ish second gap to Joseph German. And Max Diggs P3 in class right now on his return. You'll love to see it. Down in the bronze split, Carson Bungay still maintaining the 2-second gap to Chris Turner. Not pulling away. Chris isn't really reeling him in. They're kind of going back and forth on who's having better laps.
Mike Jackson really close to Blaine now. 2/10 going into the hairpin. Sorry to cut you off there, Joey, but this is getting exciting. And Blaine got a good exit there out of the hairpin, so we'll see. But yeah, Mike closed the gap really nicely in sector 1. So as they go through Spoon, keep an eye on this one, because I do think Mike's gonna get him with just this difference in tires? Assuming Mike took tires, I'm sure he did.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
And yes, Nicolas Cage, this game is definitely like Starfield. You know, when you hit a curb, sometimes you go to space. You know, it's...
Yep.
Both drivers running wide.
You fly into space. You know.
Both drivers going wide at 130R there.
We do have a yellow flag for Bruce Hopkins at the exit of the S's. I don't know if that was self-inflicted or contact. I don't think I see any contact on the
There's not
registered.
any contact.
So that would have been self-inflicted there. We do see in the background there Carl and Hutch. So Carl is starting to defend now. He's driving in his mirrors, definitely. Hutch is keeping that gap under 7/10, and same thing further up ahead. So we have a fight for P2 and P4 in class overall for gold, and and we do also have a fight for P3 in silver with Carlos Guzman and Max Diggs.
All right, again, so it's Sector 1. The Ferrari of Mike Jackson is able to close the gap through the S's. So I guess the Audi just a little, not quite so much grip through there as the Ferrari. And, Blaine, little drift there at Is that Degno? It is Degno, yeah. Little drift there, but kept it. King moves out the way to allow this battle.
This either.
No, I think it's a smart decision. Blaine, I thought that was going to be a rough line through there, and Mike looked like he'd get him, but that Audi seems strong out there. I wonder if Blaine is using some extra TC or less TC, rather.
Driving his mirrors goes wide under braking into the hairpin, allowing Hutch to get around Carl Big.
You get a replay of that if you don't mind. That happened so quickly we couldn't switch to it.
Guzman Diggs battle continues. Yeah, and Mike 3/10. So Mike, this lap has held the gap a bit closer, but he lost that. He lost it a bit through 130R last time around. Let's see what happens here if they both make it through cleanly.
And here is the replay of Carl Big and Peter Hutch. So yeah, Carl just a little late on the brakes. Touches grass, goes wide, keeps it out of the wall at least, but he's going to want that corner back for sure.
So unfortunately for Carl, a lapse of concentration. I'm not used to seeing that. Also, I'm pretty sure
I blame Starfield.
I
blame Starfield.
A battle for the final podium position in silver split is happening right now as Carlos Guzman is going side by side with Max Diggs into 130R. Too wide.
So tight.
Forces Max with Diggs way wide. Max holds position, then lets Carlos have it.
Yeah, opted to let him go. Man, side by side through 130R, there aren't many things that scare me, but that's one of them.
I mean, Charles Leclerc setting up his mirror, right, or holding it, is also through 130R. That's also pretty scary.
So through Sector 1 again, we're back to Degner with the Blaine Hall Mike Jackson battle. My cameraman got absolutely lost there because a car went over the bridge above them.
Yeah.
And it followed them. It was very weird. So yeah, Mike, let's see again, that Audi gets out the hairpin just better than the Ferrari there.
Yeah,
That's happening every single lap.
You did mention extra TC earlier. I am aware that Blaine is running no TC on that Audi.
Yep. And that I reckon is helping him at the hairpin there.
Yeah, even in the rain, he's running 0 TC. It sounds like it's essentially a requirement to make this car work is to run with no TC.
So then just extreme throttle control, I guess.
Yep.
I mean, Mike again is another 10th closer going into 130R. So it was 4, 3, 2. Now it's 1. But the Audi,
side by side, the Carlos Guzman Max Diggs battle is close once more. As Carlos Guzman hits the curb.
Yeah, a little wobble there.
Curb to hit, and the car jumps, allowing Max to get by. Well, that's what I do from stream sniping. All right, well, there goes that battle.
Mike Jackson alongside going down to turn 1. Blaine has the inside. Mike has to take the wide line, and Blaine will hold on again. This is really shaping up to be a beautiful battle between these two.
Yep. So 15 minutes to go, or 14 and a half. we still have some race to go. Like this,
Yeah, we
this
do.
has been so packed that it felt like we've spent so much more time. There's so much that's been going on.
I feel like this has been an endurance race.
I do wish Blaine was streaming right now. I'm curious to see what his tires look like right now. I'm sure they are not happy because he is having to push and defend.
I'm pretty sure we can get live feedback from Blaine. Blaine, flash
wonder
3 times if your tires are bad.
I wonder if Mike could lower his TC on the exit of this hairpin here. See if that would help him. Maybe a little there. I feel like the gap didn't open up quite as much that time. Who knows?
Blaine flashed once if the tires are fine. He didn't respond to the 3 flashes. He might have the stream down. Maybe he is eliminating all possibilities of being DC.
Oh, possibly.
Hmm.
I do know early he did flash as soon as we moved over to him.
All right, that gap once again, 0.2. It will be 1 by the time they get there because of the toe. Mike has a little look on the inside, nothing doing. Man.
Good evening, Whelp. I hope you are cozy in your robe and slippers this evening by the fire.
Whelp cakes. What a legend. Sim Racing Royalty joining us in the chat.
For real, though.
You got to come in the booth, Whelp. How about Laguna next week?
Laguna.
Come join us. We'd love to have you.
Yeah, why not? And yeah, once again, so Mike not really getting the run that he wants on Blaine. So unfortunately, he's going to have to stick back behind a little bit more. Non-compete.
Oh, Mike's got to run out of the last S now. Oh, and again, Blaine had the line, but Mike definitely had a little bit of a run on him then through the S's.
Yeah, but Blaine managing to keep that car, making it a little bit wider than it is. Not really.
Dave
He definitely
had
is.
an off indegger.
Yeah, but this is going to make it more interesting now. So who is that in front of them? Is that Michael Cortez? 716? Yes.
Oh my god.
So Michael
It is Cortez moves.
moves out of the way a little slower for Blaine there through Degner and Mike. So there, that fight is now spicing up. and we do have a yellow flag for Joby. Ooh. That's not the line.
Yeah, so Carlos Guzman still hunting down Max Diggs. The gap is around 0.7, has been for a while. Joseph German is about a second back from Rados.
Rally stage.
Yep. And Joby loses it.
I think Joby will call it there, will he?
Yep.
All F4 incoming.
Nah, just a totem.
Yeah.
He did not pull the Nick Alvarado Classic.
Oh, Mike!
Side by side for Mike and Blaine. Blaine slides off the track and is going to lose the spot. That is P2 for Mike.
Blaine sliding off at the chicane. Mike has been so patient throughout that battle. That was a really, really good battle for 5-6 laps. No contact. Well done. Mike Jackson gets himself into P2 now behind Usman Badmus, by the way. 10.7 second lead. So killing it at Suzuka here in his second race with the community.
Yeah, we didn't really give him much screen time. He has been just pulling away this whole time quietly.
It's the Max Verstappen effect, dude.
Yep.
That's what we call it.
Joseph German has a scare 130R, keeps the car point straight. Loses a little bit of time.
We do have McLaren on McLaren action further down the field. P16, 17, Silver Class, Jenkins and Hopkins. That's a lot of kins. Just as I said it, I was like,
wait. Give us a useless fact, Milo.
You want another useless?
Yeah,
I shut my Suzuka facts down. I got rid of them.
No,
I thought we were done.
Bring it back up.
Oh, for God's sake!
The stupid one. Let's do it. Pins.
Yeah, it's 34 facts about Suzuka is what I got. The Suzuka circuit was designed by renowned Dutch architect John Hugenholtz.
Bless you.
Yeah. His innovative design incorporates unique features like the figure-8 layout, making it a favorite among drivers and fans alike. There you go.
It is quite fun, to be honest.
It is, yeah. It definitely is.
Oh, so super close there for Jalen and Bruce.
Some McLaren breaks going on around here.
Yeah. Just Audi things, Welp says no. So Blaine opted to go for no tires, and Mike Jackson did. So Mike Jackson has a little bit more grip than Blaine, and is going to
Bruce is off. Not sure if there was contact there. No contact. Bruce, I think that's the same spot we saw him pulling off the grass earlier as well. So maybe Bruce having some trouble at the end of the S's there.
A thing to keep in mind, though, the contact between Jalen Jenkins does have that possible penalty, well, most likely penalty from rotating Michael Lukey early on in the race. So if Bruce can maintain, what is it, a 10-second gap for position contact position that's lost penalty, he can still maintain this position.
Welp says, would we like to know another track designed by Hugenholtz? Absolutely, Welp. Enlighten us.
I was going to say Nordschleife.
Was it the Nordschleife?
Zolder. I don't like Zolder.
I thought he was going to say Kota.
You would have
There's
just
no
gone
way the
off,
person that
Milo.
created this great track with Suzuka made the shit track of Kota. There's no
Well,
way.
just because whoever it is copied the S's, you know, and made them worse. In Sector 1 at Kota there.
Yeah.
I designed Nordschleife by dropping ink on a paper.
Sakachi, who's
Ontario
that unfortunate.
Motor Speedway in California. Who did?
Oh.
I mean, we have London here in Ontario, so.
So Mate Sakachi, who's been great this season as well, really consistent, had that incident earlier on and had to wait for the entire field to pass. So he is way down the field compared to where he normally resides. But at least he's still continuing. Going to finish the race.
Yeah, going to finish the race now. Trying to get around Michael Cortez. It's not. He thought about sending it too wide through the 130R. David Miller with a yellow flag on the final corner of the track. I'm not sure what happened there. No contact, so it seems to be a self-inflicted wound there. Now he's going to move over and let the Gold Boys pass.
Okay, Blaine and his old age tires are potentially going to have to deal with Hutch in the next little while here. Hutch's last lap a 2:03. Blaine's a 2:01.6. So Hutch is reeling him in.
Yep. Taking a look at the AWS sponsored prediction, I'm sure we can see this battle here happening on the final lap of the race. Brought to you by Amazon AWS systems.
Are we sponsored by them?
Maybe.
The Carlos Guzman Max Digsball continues again. Oh my word, a squeeze, and Max going for the switchback. Oh, and there's contact.
Max gonna wait.
Max will wait.
Carlos for
Yeah.
sure.
You know what? They've raced hard for the last, since the pit stop. So in fairness, that does happen in racing. Max waits. Very nice. Very nice of him.
I know, Paul. That's why I said it like that. So shut your mouth. Go play with your cat or something.
Ah, I see. I don't know these things. Hutch gets the gap down under a second to Blaine Hall now. So Blaine, P3 in gold, is under threat here with 5 minutes to go.
Yep, those tires are donezo. Holding on, clinching for dear life.
Yeah, it is definitely. It's I just Hutch is flying right now, so.
Yeah, his tires are hanging on about as much as my underwear after Taco Bell now.
Wow. So we're gonna have to see Blaine try and keep his car as wide as possible, just like he did for Mike. Try and hold on for another 3 laps.
Emotional damage.
Fart jokes.
Oh,
Well, you know it, dude. They're funny in every nation. In every language, they're funny.
Yep, it's an international joke sentence.
Max Diggs and Carlos Guzman lining it up one more time. Let's see what happens this go around, as they are very, very close. Hutch, 4/10 now. Oh, Blaine, it's not looking good.
Blaine is just looking for that white flag, but unfortunately, he's still got 2 more laps here, lap and a half to make it through. You know, he tried to make it work. It was a bold move.
Man, I mean, he almost, don't think he would have been able to hold off Bad Moose, obviously, with the pace that he's shown, but yeah, he almost got it done at T1 coming out of the pits there.
It was a good attempt. I wish we could make a 10 seconds game, you know, if you don't take tires. Thank you, Kunos. 5 seconds is very strategic, I guess. But
well, I honestly didn't know. I feel like he updated his team name. I think that's relatively new, actually. Max being part of MHR. He used to just say World Famous as his team name.
yes, that's true. But 2/10 now to Peter. Hutch. Blaine is now going to have to start defending as much as he possibly can. There are going to be 2 laps to go. I saw a lot of cut there. I wonder if that's a warning for Blaine.
Oh, God.
All right, Hutch lining him up as they go around the last corner. Heading down the start-finish straight. Let's see if he makes the move here. I don't think he will. Blaine's going to, again, try and keep the Audi wide. But there's still this and 1 more lap to go.
Yeah,
Exciting stuff at the end here.
That'd be too hard to code.
Bronze split. Carson Bungay has led bronze split since the beginning. He put in a great quali, and he's kept that gap to Turner around between 1.5 and 2 seconds for pretty much the entire race. So a very well managed race by Carson.
Yeah, I don't think he likes your melons.
And a great attempt really by Chris Turner as well in the Only Farmers BMW. And that will be 1-2 in bronze unless something drastic happens. Miller looks like he'll be taking P3 in bronze, so GG.
Just a little curiosity here. Carl Big trying to have a little say in this battle here.
I see that. It's definitely closing. But I think part of that may be Blaine's ass.
Damn.
Of his car, obviously.
Emotional damage.
Welp says AC2 will be out in our lifetimes. And they are very, very busy with that.
Oh, yeah, so busy.
Let the pasta cook, all right?
All right, we are on the last lap for Uthman Badmus. We haven't shown him much in the second half of this race, but stellar drive from him. 11 seconds in front of Mike Jackson in P2. Great drive from Mike today too. Lined up Blaine, got it done, and now Hutch trying to do the same thing on the last lap of the race.
Yeah. So if
podium
anything
spot.
happens to these two, Carl could very well just take the podium spot without having to do much effort here. You know, God forbid. I do see. Oh, that was Mate Sakachi getting past David Miller in P18. Blaine just has to defend for 1 more lap now to keep the spot.
Yep. And another shout out once more, just one last time for Mark Robeson holding his own amongst the pros, the golds today. Still only a second back from Carl Big.
Yeah, great drive from Mark as well. Oh, Hutch is trying. You can see it in the lines. They're getting a little squirrely, and
yeah,
it's running out of lap. So that Audi, let's see what the Audi is like. Oh,
Oh, he's
Kinda
trying to
to-
get the inside line
Yeah.
for out of this hairpin. It's not going to get much traction there. Blaine taking a wider line gets
That
a lot more
that also
run.
that entry may have backed touch up a little bit there. You know, he might have had to adjust and suddenly tap the brakes.
Maybe,
looked
and
like that,
Carl
yeah.
is now within 8/10 of this fight. Carl definitely catching up now. You might get a little bit of toe in just a second. Blaine is definitely holding on for dear life currently.
This battle reminiscent of the F1 race earlier on, where there was a
yes.
4-way battle at the end.
The best. Well, hopefully nobody crashes. Spoiler alert.
Amazing how fun F1 can be when Red Bull aren't in the mix.
Right.
Blaine
It
has done
looks
it. By the way,
like-
Blaine has done a fantastic job here. Can I just say that, just to hold Hutch off right now?
100%.
Will Hutch get him on the last corner? He's not going to get him. That's a great defensive drive from Blaine on old tires to take a podium spot in gold. So GG, Blaine.
GG. So
GG.
Uthman wins the race. Mike Jackson 10 seconds behind manages to. Oh. I guess Blaine is not very happy with that car or with the tires go straight into the wall. He's not going to be around to celebrate P3.
The battle with Carlos Guzman, Max Diggs, sorry to cut you off, heading out of Spoon into 130R one final time. Max trying to see if there's anything left that he has in this Porsche.
You know what? Someone we haven't mentioned much today, guys. Joseph German. He's had some bad luck in the races too. P2 in class today. It's a really good drive for him. It kind of flew under the radar.
Yeah, he had a very quiet race overall. Just a talk here, Carlos Guzman is going to hold off Max Diggs for that final podium spot in silver, taking out P3. But yeah, going back to Joseph German, just really quiet race, solid consistency. He finished with a pretty reasonable gap to these boys behind him. So a really good race from him as well.
Carson round the last corner for the last time. Chris Turner did close on him in that last lap, but Carson will take P1 in bronze.
Carson holding off the melons behind him. And will take home the dubs.
Yeah, great job, Carson. Fantastic quali run for him today, and then put him right amongst the silvers, and then gets the job done in the race. Yeah, Chris Turner as well on the podium once again in silver, and Miller, David Miller, P3 in bronze.
Chris gives Carson a little ram there at the end, and Jalen Jenkins finally crosses the line. Very slow.
Indeed.
And that is going to be it for our Suzuka race. Let's bring the timetables up for one last time. Badmus, Jackson Hall for gold. Robeson German Guzman for silver. And Bungate Turner Miller for bronze. That was honestly a fantastic race today.
Action-packed, I feel.
Packed. Loved it.
Yeah. And that'll take us to round 9 next week, which is Laguna.
Laguna. We're going to have to set up those sounds. I'm definitely setting those up before next week.
Yeah, we need.
They're not in the intro, Milo.
What's that? Oh, for the intro? I'm just gonna I'll say everything except the word Laguna and just put Nick's Laguna in there. Yeah.
And if they crash, insta F1.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you very much for the sub, Badmus, and congratulations on the win. That was an interesting 1 hour. Honestly, action-packed. A lot of fight battles going on for many laps.
Yeah, fantastic race for the Giant 02, aka Uthman Badmus in the AMG. P1 overall.
Only
And
farmers,
gold.
they'll shuck your corn for you.
Hell yeah, they will.
They'll shuck it real good.
Oh, yeah. Especially those bananas back there. Thank you guys so much for joining us today.
Yes, Bear.
Tonight.
Thank you guys. Have a great rest of your Sunday, everybody, or Monday if it's already Monday where you are. And we'll see you at Laguna.
See you next week at Laguna.
Laguna.
Later.
Every Sunday for 60 minutes. We are free. Sharing passion. Pushing the limits. This is the New World Sim Racing GT3 Sprint Series.
From my prefecture, Japan, it's round 8, Suzuka. Each and every driver has mentally prepared themselves to challenge, to fight, to rise above their rivals and make a name for themselves on track. 10 rounds of action-packed racing await us all in the New World Sim Racing GT3 Sprint Series. Drivers, start your engines.